A new chapter in Canadian interprovincial rugby starting off here in Victoria, British Columbia. Wallace Field UVIC, the host of today's match between the Vancouver Island Rugby Union Crimson Tide and the traveling Ontario Blues. Over 20 individual clubs represented here today. Zephyr, this is going to be a historic event on the 150th celebration of the VIRU.
An absolute historic day, like you already mentioned. Personally, I'm excited to just see the caliber class coming in. Like you mentioned, with the 20-plus clubs, we have people from all over Canada representing both sides, and they're fighting. They're fighting for a spot. We got 28 men on the roster today, and they're hoping to maybe get into that 23 for Wednesday and next weekend's match.
This is the first of 3 legs for the traveling Ontario Blues today, facing off against the Crimson Tide. Wednesday, taking on the BC Senior Men's Bears over at Capilano RFC. Tickets still on sale for that game. And then Saturday, to close out the tour, they'll be up at Shawnigan Lake. 2 p.m. kickoff there. That is going to be an extraordinary Saturday rugby day.
So excited. They're doing some island hopping here, back over to Vancouver, and then back again. This Ontario team is, they're traveling from all over. Like, they're from Ontario. What can I say? But it can't be easy, you know, packing up, living out of a suitcase for 2-3 weeks like that. I don't know how long they've been together. But here's hoping they can overcome those jet legs, and get into it.
Ontario, obviously a larger province than us on the small little island here. West Shore Castaways, James Bay, Cowichan RFC, Pacific Pride, all represented here on this island team. These guys play each other week in, week out in the Premier League, in the Division 1, so they know each other well. They played together in the past. They play against each other on a weekly basis. For me, that's going to be a little bit of a leg up here for the Crimson Tide compared to these Blues boys.
I mean, even with that being said, like, yes, these Crimson boys, they play together, like, for Tide, for their own clubs, for the BC stuff, all that. But writing up the match day roster here, I was looking at Ontario, and a good chunk of these lads are from the Crusaders Rugby Football Club.
Interesting.
So whether or not Crusaders is just that club or there's a little bit of interconnectivity there is going to be some chemistry showing from the Ontario Blues boys. The Blues boys, huh? There is also a few standouts who are just, you know, from a single club, a single representative. Port Alberni, for example. I think Cowichan has a representative here today. There was one from Ontario. Let me just look at my list real quick. Who was it?
Ottawa Irish. Connor Williams.
And the Bytown Blues for Alan Barrows.
Oh, nice. Incredible stuff. Do you have a score prediction here today, Zephyr? Now, both teams are fielding all 28 men, a little bit of a trial match. Blues have 3 games within a week. They're going to be tired, so...
Some hockey shifts. But considering it's the first of 3, I don't think they'll be tired today. Here's hoping. My guess is Blues take by 3.
By 3. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go the opposite way, and I'm going to say Tide by 6.
Tied by 6, Blues by 3. If you are in the live chat joining us, my name's Zephyr Melnick. I'm joined by my co-host, Max Foote. Get your predictions in now. I've got Blues by 3. Max has Tied by 6. Let us know what it is. We'll be monitoring this live chat to the best of our abilities. We are also joined on camera by my lovely partner, Kaiten. She is running that show, making sure the action is in frame for you to enjoy.
It takes a village to put a rugby game on, and don't I know it. Special shout out to the VIRU and Jen Ross helping make today happen. The Vancouver Island Rugby Union was founded 150 years ago here on the lovely island. Rugby, deep history out here in BC, and these BC boys are going to want to establish that and bring that back. In Ontario, up and coming, they seem to really be taking rugby by the horns out there, so this is going to be a battle for the ages.
150 years. That's about 150 rugby seasons.
Give or take, yeah.
About that. Really depends on if you're counting the January or September split. You know, that's important. That's important information to know.
Well, I'm sure we missed 1 or 2 seasons in there. You know, there was a couple
wars.
There was a pandemic, you know. Mm-hmm. Wasn't every day.
147 seasons, maybe? That's our estimate. If you know, if you're
Put it in the comments.
If you're a rugby historian, yeah, let us know.
5 minutes to go here in warm-up. Both teams looking sharp here on a hot, sunny day in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia. If you've ever been out here in the summertime, you know it's hard to beat, and today it is really hard to beat. Just 5 minutes to go until kickoff here. Don't go anywhere.
Keep it wide on the.
We are Approaching kickoff here at Wallace Field here at UVIC. The teams have their jerseys on. We are going to have a welcome and a territorial acknowledgement from the legendary John Lyle of Thunder Rugby and West Shore RFC to kick off the day. I am buzzing, Zephyr. I'm absolutely buzzing. This is going to be incredible.
So excited. It is electric here. We've got some tunes going. Spectators are lining up all sides of the field. They're piling into the bleachers, coming through that fence. Some of them are at the beer garden. Some of them are getting their brew pops. Others are looking like they might just be here at UVic. I'm seeing a lot of students just kind of perusing around the outside of the pitch, maybe checking out what's going on. So it's good to know that we draw a crowd. Teams are huddling just ahead of this acknowledgement. Couple more minutes. The Vancouver Island Tide, coached by Phil Mack and Brett Bukaboom. Ontario Blues with Phil Murphy and Ian McTavish.
McFlesh and Shane Cahill out of Ontario. Our referees today, Cole Pedrick, the man in the middle, Justin B.Y. and Juan Pablo Ray on the sidelines today.
Great opportunity to thank our officials, our coaches, all the volunteers for making this happen. You know, like Max mentioned earlier, it takes a village.
I'd just like to welcome you all and acknowledge the beautiful territories we're on, the Lekwungen-speaking peoples. I'd like to acknowledge the Canadian women who played before us. The Ontario Blues came all the way from Ontario to the west coast here. The Vancouver Crimson Tide, particularly in their 150th year. Roll Tide. Aishkwalowin is a Lekwungen word for good feelings, good energy, good heart. I encourage us all to play with those today. That Aishkwalowin is the essence of what our great game is today. On behalf of the three nations on the island, the Kwakwaka'wakw, the Chaldiff, the Coast Salish, and the Métis as well, I'd like to find this close with Gere the Kessler. Haichka Siem, Marcy, Kleko, Kleko.
John Lyle of Thunder Rugby and West Shore RFC giving that welcome. The long wait for interprovincial rugby is finally over, ladies and gentlemen. Ontario Blues facing off against the VIRU Crimson Tide here at Wallace Field in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia. Thank you to our hosts, the University of Victoria, for helping make this happen. Moments to go here. Absolutely electric stuff, and hopefully the start of something great in this rivalry between provinces.
Just a quick shout out to everybody in the chat making their support vocal. It goes a long way, letting the players know, letting us know that we've got fans all across the country, maybe even across the world, who are tuning in to join us in this Sunday match. Seconds away, waiting on the match ball here. The Vancouver Island Rugby Union Crimson Tide hosts juniors, it hosts men, it hosts women, it hosts old boys. That's over 60, I believe.
Over 35, actually.
Over 35. Oh, let me tell you, rugby does age you up. How'd you know I played rugby?
Yeah.
I'm only 22. Regardless, 80 minutes here, 40 minutes in the first half with Tide kicking off, followed by a second half of 40 minutes with Ontario kicking off. We are getting underway.
Vancouver Island Crimson Tide in red. The Ontario Blues in the Baby Blues, and we are off at Wallace Field. Graydon Boyd kicking off to start.
Jaden John
Dylan
catching it.
Goose. Jaden John? It is Jaden John. My apologies, John.
Learning 30
Staying
names on the fly.
The short side here is the Blues looking strong here this opening moments.
Setting
Crash.
some tempo with those crashes.
Nieuwenhuizen on the tackle. Now for the exit is the Blues. That ball is going to go almost out. Graydon Boyd's going to keep it alive.
Great work there from the captain. Tremblay tucking and carrying.
Good little outside pass to Brendan Beck, who goes for the kick. The flanker giving it a kick.
Finds grass. We love a multi-purposed forward.
Gallagher on the chase back, but that is Jack Gore from Crusaders RFC able to clean it up and put it back in the backfield.
Ball
and this
bounces.
time that one's going to bounce out.
Ontario wins the
Graydon
first
Boyd's going to go
match.
quick, though. Jean-Louis Desitois back on the kick.
Jeremy Kai is watching from the UK, an international audience. Thank you very much for joining us. We do love that. Big crash there. Barros with the ball now. Chopped at the ankles.
Blues with ball in hand here, going for a short one. Jaden John carrying.
Big forward pack here with the Blues. They're setting the precedent with their strength and size.
And the first penalty of the match goes the way of the visiting Blues. Not rolling away is the call against the Crimson Tide.
Here we go. A little bit of chatter here between ref and player. They're looking on an angle to kick, kicking for this lineout, I'm assuming.
So far, both teams looking pretty strong here, Zephyr. Nothing really showing either way. A lot of kicking. Seems both backfields really want to feel each other out early in this match.
A lot of tempo. I would have to assume we haven't even seen past maybe 3 phases. So this back and forth is basically just probing the waters, testing out the other team. And the first team, I reckon, to get 6 phases is going to be the one to score.
Philip Pasajic, the hooker from Balmy Beach, with the throw in. His prop pair, Connor Williams, giving him the call. 5-man line out here from the Blues to start. To the front, easily won. That was Owen Rutten who ran through the lineout and cut out the pass from the scrum half. Ontario Blues able to maintain control after their lineout gets displaced. Midfield on the Tide 22 now is the Blues.
That ruck is looking like a battle so far.
One up runners, not a lot of passing going on. Quick dart through the ruck
with the offload
from Nate Roberts, the scrum half.
It's going. Blues are marching. They are pushing the Tide farther and farther into their own zone.
Blues now 10 meters out.
Blues with the arm. They have an advantage. They can try something here. Out the back. Shut down. Ooh, quick movement. Love to see that. Good tackle.
Josh Henry with the carry for the Blues there on the corner. Now going back the other way is Ontario.
Nice
this
dive.
Tackling game is huge here from the Crimson Tide. There's another big stick. Love to see that. Going same way is the Blues. The 8-man. Tau Nickel carrying.
This close to the line, it really is a height battle. Whoever gets into that collision lower and first will win.
Staying same way. Big tackle there from Neil Traynor, the hooker for the Tide. And they're just battling right in front of the post. Nobody seems to be wanting to go down.
Ref saying release.
I'm not sure if there's still an advantage here for the Blues. But nonetheless, looks like their back line is setting something up here on the left side.
Big
and we are going to go back
penalty,
to the penalty.
In from the side, that might be a new one. It did look in the breakdown there like the Tide player was coming up or standing up on an angle. Whether or not that is the earlier advantage like you mentioned, I do not know. Quick tap, potentially.
Scrum. They are going to go for the scrum. First scrum of the day.
Fair enough. You got to back your boys in the front. And the Blues, they've got a big big, strong forward structure. You can see it a lot with their 3-man pod system, and they're frequently going to those forwards. So no doubt, no surprise that they're calling the scrum here.
I was watching the Blues in warm-up, and their pack definitely looks big, Zephyr. They are, I'm going to guess they're going to have a bit of a weight advantage over the Tide here today, but there's a lot of experience in that Crimson Tide front row.
There is.
Good little set there.
However, with the proper technique, weight will just win.
Oh,
9 darts. Quick ball.
Great little
Run it
pop
through.
pass from Jack Gore, gets into the hands of Brendan Black.
Somebody clip that. He'll want it on his
And
highlight.
the Blues are in. They are going to score the first try of this 3-game series in the opening 10 minutes of this match here at Wallace Field.
5-0. Ontario Blues lead over Crimson Tide at 5.5 minutes in. Did you catch who scored that?
I'm just looking for the number right now. That was the scrum half, Nate Roberts out of Waterloo County, who scored the opening match in this game. 5-0 the score here for Ontario. Kick to come. It looks like Ontario's starting fly half, Jack Gore from Crusaders, is going to be taking the kicks here today, getting a bit of warm-up in time for that BC Bears 2-game series. What's got to change there for the Crimson Tide's effort to avoid another try just like that one?
I reckon it's height. Yeah, the Blues had some tempo and they got set up and they got in the Tide's half real quick. But watching those repeated collisions, it looked like Tide was consistently just an inch or two higher than the Blues. And that means every collision is going to be 2 inches, 3 inches gained. And that just stacks up for a try. Kick is good.
Jack Gore easily splits the posts on that one to push the score to 7-0 in favor of the Blues early in this game. Lots of rugby left to play. The Tide are going to be unhappy with that early try, though. They had almost no attacking phases in that opening set.
Not at all. It is a hot day, too. So this game really is going to come down to who can beat the heat and make it go. While we're waiting for this kickoff here, if you are in chat, do let us know the quality of the stream. We are trying out a new setup just for on-the-road streaming, so your feedback is much appreciated.
Graydon Boyd on the reset. Goes long, and he drops the ball off the kickoff. So that is going to be a scrum in favor of the Tide. Simple little mistake there from the Blues.
Watching in Hong Kong. Let's go, Jackie, Blues number 10. We'd love to see the support. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm assuming if you're in Ontario, it's a little bit later there. What's the time difference? It's 5 hours? 3 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours. 7 p.m. Nightcap on a Sunday just for you to watch.
It is the long weekend, too. That's not a bad way to spend your Saturday night number 2.
Watching rugby goes a long way.
So, opening attacking scrum here for the Crimson Tide inside the Blues 22 on the far left side. It's going to be Brock Gallagher from Cowichan RFC on the put-in.
Joe Whipple from Barbados showing some love to the West Shore boys. We love it.
Easy scrum there for the Tide, and Neuenhuizen picks it up with a crash ball. Gets the offload off, but it doesn't quite go anywhere. So now Graydon Boyd picks up a scary-looking pass and gets brought down right away. Still inside the 22 is the Tide. Now McDonald on the carry, the big lock for the Tide.
Inching
Brock
over that
Gallagher looked like he was going for the pass. And the 9 is in. Boyd has to play 9. Now Merlin McLeod on the carry. Getting closer and closer, inch by inch is the Tide here towards the Blues try line.
Tempo is building.
Brock Gallagher tries to go over the top, and it hits the hands of Hudson Young and goes out.
We do, however, have a penalty advantage.
Tide get away with one here.
Could be the arm is what Gallagher saw before making that decision. If you have the advantage, you may as well try something. A little bit of discussion amongst team leadership there.
We're going back to the scrum.
Back
I
to
love
the
to
scrum.
see it.
Hell yeah.
That's what you want to see out of these two packs today. And that's what the coaches are going to be wanting to see, both for the Blues and the Tide, but also for the selectors over at the BC Bears. They are going to be watching these Tide guys. They're also going to be watching how this Blues team reacts to different situations.
Watching from Midland, Ontario. Thank you for being here.
Almost the same spot as the last scrum for the Tide here on the far left side inside the 22 area.
Ooh, look at that pressure.
Good scrum there from the Tide, trying to find that pop. Don't quite get it, so Gallagher feeds Nieuwenhuizen. Nieuwenhuizen inside ball.
Oh.
He's got a little bit of space. 3-4 meters out now is the Tide. Boyd,
Cross
field kick. Deshaun Bowen is over there, and he gets it down. Deshaun Bowen opens up the scoring for the Crimson Tide off a crazy, cheeky little crossfield kick from the captain, Graydon Boyd.
Absolute wonderful individual efforts there. We do love to see it. Bit harder of a kick here on the Tide side compared to the Blues. Extra 2 points there.
It's not your fault. I also need the camera.
7-5 here in favor of the Ontario Blues. The Tide are finally on the board. A hard kick to come here for Graydon Boyd, but that crossfield kick from him to set up that try for his team shows he's got what it takes.
In my experience, he does have a very surgical boot. It's precise. We got some support for Owen Rutan. Their brother is in chat. Love to see it. Tide number 13 would be Nieuwenhuizen, would it not?
Henry Kerwin. And Graydon Boyd's kick is just
Henry
going to go far left. So the score is going to stay at 7-5. 11 minutes gone here at Wallace Field.
Great work here.
I got to say, Zephyr, those scrums from the Tide looked strong. I was very impressed with what I was seeing over there.
Quite impressed. Honestly, I am always impressed on a hot day like this when teams vouch for the scrum and they back it. Personally, it is brutal to finish your runs and then hop into a pack in that heat. But let me tell you, it is a skill. Nice high ball.
McDonald is over top of it and gets the feed back. But that ball spills out, unfortunately, forward. Unlucky mistake from Merlin McLeod there.
Unlucky use. Fergus Highland. You got to let me know where Fergus Highland is. I'm assuming it's Ontario as you are supporting the Blues. Little geography test. This will be on the final class. Third scrum of the day in the Blues. Fourth?
Yep.
Fourth scrum of the day in the Blues' favor. The Blues do have a I formation set up behind. They've got their blindside winger slotting in behind the scrum, so do expect maybe an inside play coming up here. I'm expecting 9 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 inside to that blindside winger.
Brock Gallagher chatting to his opposite 9. A little bit of mind games going on here. Love to see that stuff. Nate Roberts.
9 move. Oh.
Big scrum there from the Crimson Tide and a second push. And the Blues are able to get that ball out, but the Tide flexing their muscle. Little kick through from Nate Roberts getting chased down by Brendan Black.
Huge pickup there.
Tide with ball in hand and Jean-Louis Desitois able to clean that one up. Now looking for the exit is Graydon Boyd.
Nice and
able
high.
to
Is
get
it coming
that
here? Is it
one.
going to hit
That
the camera?
is going to get out, but they are going to play it quick.
Nice quick line out. Do love to see that.
Brendan Black on the pass to Alan Barros. Alan Barros with a little chip through space in front, getting chased down by Black. Jean-Louis.
Oh. Brilliant ankle tap there. I do think Jean-Louis would have been away there if they hadn't managed to just grab that ankle with ever so slightly touched.
That was great crossfield coverage, though. There were 2 Blues players chasing that ball down, and they had nothing but green grass in front of them. So for the fullback to come across, and even to just step out of bounds with it, definitely saves a try-scoring opportunity for the Blues.
Rather step out of bounds than be scored on.
5-man line out here for Ontario with a 1-man insert. They do set
time.
up the maul. Big initial shove here from the men in blue.
A maul
And
requires...
he gets through on the left side. Now, Barros almost picked it up.
And the knock-on goes.
Knock-on is going to go in favor of the Tide. Great goal line stance here for the men wearing red.
I do like the speed of that maul. I do love a maul. It is a great showcase of physical strength, but sometimes it can really slug on because it's just a bit of a grind fest. So being able to have a bit of display of power and get that ball out quick is always a nice little boon to see.
I like what I'm seeing from this Crimson Tide pack, Zephyr. They are looking strong. You saw them get that initial shove on, Everybody reset and then exploded back through it again. Ontario was lucky on that last scrum to get away without a penalty against.
Mm-hmm. I think the 8-man just kind of spilled that ball out backwards in a last-ditch effort to stop that penalty from coming.
Been inside the Crimson Tide 22 now for about 5 minutes or so. Back on the back foot is the men in red. Good scrum here from the Tide. Graydon Boyd with it over the top to Bowen. Bowen's got one to beat. Beats one, steps back inside. Finally gets brought down by a combo of Barros and Kozina. Gallagher gives to Trainer, who carries the hooker for the Tide. Bit of extras going on in the backfield. There is a penalty for the Tide, and Nieuwenhuizen is having words with the Blues 9.
Is that what you call it, words? I usually call it fingers, fists, fisticuffs, a little argy-bargy.
He's having words with them, that's
having
for
words. Sure. In a game like rugby, emotions can get high, absolutely. We don't condone violence, however. We are playing a sport with sanctioned violence. That is enough.
So the line out will end up right in front of the live stream tower here at Wallace Field. Neil Trainer on the throw-in. Emerson Pryor, another standout from this season for West Shore. Canadian capped player. 5-man line out. Finnemore in the middle. Easily gets it.
I love a line out like that.
Pull out the back to Boyd. Boyd sees a bit of a gap and gives back inside, and it just gets knocked on by Beck.
Tough to see.
Looked like there was a bit of a space and a gap opening up there for the Tide, but no, we're going to go back to the scrum.
So far, all the exciting plays, those breakaways, the individual efforts have been top-notch. It looks like both teams might have a little bit of a disconnect on that extra handling that's needed to get that fourth or fifth phase. In this case, it was the first phase, as the ball had not stopped. First team to sharpen that up, I believe, is going to take it away.
7-5 still the score line with just under 17 minutes gone here at Wallace Field. Ontario Blues with the ball on the Tide 40. And let's see. No, that one's just going to reset. Both props on the far side seem to just hit the deck.
Still leaves you 25 minutes to get your vote in on who you think is taking this game and by what score. We don't have anything to promise, no prize, no reward. However, the honor and the swag of just knowing that you are correct should be enough for you to get in that chat. Let us know. It's
called bragging rights is the word you're looking for.
Somebody get the thesaurus. This guy's speaking over here.
Ontario Blues scrum coming up here. We've seen the Tide pack able to push back a couple now. Although in this heat, I'm sure they're going to be thinking about conserving energy. They've still got 60 minutes to go here.
Absolutely, JP. The quickness, the willingness to play quick as well is vital.
And a penalty for the Tide. An attacking scrum from the Blues results in a penalty the other way. This Tide pack really showing their strength today.
That is a massive momentum changer. Oh, and they're going quick.
Quick ball with a kick from Graydon. Boyd looking for the 50-22. He gets it.
Insane work.
My God, we've got a game here today, Zephyr. That is just Class A awareness from the captain and the fly half, Graydon Boyd.
A 50-22, for those of you who don't know, if you are in your own half and you kick it and it bounces and then rolls out in the opposition 22, you get your line out back. It's another newer rule, relatively speaking, to the history of rugby as a whole.
6-man line out here from the Tide. Tried to set up the maul, but that one gets brought down right away by the Blues. Going short side is the Tide. Kyle Tremblay going through.
Oh, and
he's
it is a try.
Incredible work from the winger, Kyle Tremblay, to get his team back on top. 10-7 now the score with 19 minutes gone.
3-point difference.
That was just great awareness. You saw a couple of the backs on this open side of the field calling to the 9, Brock Gallagher, saying, go short, go short. So this Tide team, they really have the IQ to be in this game.
Do love to see that. They will need to keep this up at this rate, though. If they keep scoring in the corners, it is putting a little bit of pressure on their 10. It's just a hard kick to make between the uprights to begin with, let alone from the edge of the field. Don't see me out there doing it. I'm here to carry the ball.
No, shockingly never got asked to be kickers for the teams we played on growing up, eh, Zeph?
No. They asked me to play 10 once. I only got one game. The ball didn't make it to 12.
Oh, God. Big kick here from Graydon Boyd. He does get it, actually. So his first one goes wide left, and this one from the opposite sideline makes it through the uprights. That pushes the score to 12-7 in favor of the home side, VIRU Crimson Tide.
Graham Nelson supporting Jack Gore and the Laurier University cheering for it. You watching this with your university team? The whole squad's there, having a little bit of a chalk talk, watching the boys.
Jack Gore on the reset. Deshaun Bowen up in the air. Picked up by Nieuwenhuizen. Refusing to go down.
That was brilliant.
And Brock Gallagher on the box kick now, putting the Blues on the back foot. Jack Gore cleans it up, pushes it outside to Brendan Black, who will just punch it downfield. He saw a bit of space in between the backfield. The Tide fullback able to clean that up, and he's just going to punch that one out of bounds, and it's going to result in a line out in favor of the Blues just past the halfway mark.
Every time a kick comes sailing over our heads, let me tell you, my heart just drops into my stomach. I'm like, oh, nope, please not the camera, please not the camera, please not the camera. Hasn't happened yet, but if I stay vigilant, maybe it never will.
Another five-man line out here for the Blues. Front ball.
Oh, off the finger.
Almost. That is disrupted by Finnemore, and it gives his 8-man a chance to bring down the Blues scrum half. Jordan Kozina going in. Now the prop, Connor Williams carries. Gets driven back by Neil Traynor.
Nice long ruck here.
Looking for the box kick.
Gore setting up in the backfield.
Is the Blues. Does get it off. He's got a runner coming in the form of Josh Henry, the winger for the Blues. Graydon Boyd steps him, though.
Little bounce pass. Make it to the edge.
Now outside the Tide. Find a bit of a gap on the edge. Able to keep it inbounds.
Go from there.
Gallagher goes to Beck. Beck's all alone. Finally finds a couple friends with a big clear out there from the Tide. Gallagher switches directions. Boyd back to the air.
Easy take from Gore there.
Gore
Does
punches it down. No.
Straight out the
Another little mistake from the Ontario Blues puts them back under pressure. I think a little bit of that travel time is showing its scales here today.
A little bit. If you are outside your 22, you kick the ball fully off the park. It is where you kicked it from. It got to land inside and then bounce out for the line out to go farther up the field.
Crimson Tide lineout goes to the back.
Not
and
straight.
That one is called not straight by the official Cole Pedrick.
Tough, tough, tough.
So now the ball flips hands again. That was a pretty golden opportunity here for the Tide to put a bit of breathing room on the scoreboard for them. But no, now it is going to be a Blues lineout as they try to get out of their own end.
They are just outside the 22, which might prove a little bit more difficult. They don't have that security of being able to kick straight off the pitch. Nice quick ball.
Quick line out. Owen Rutten again disrupting that pass from the 9. The scrum half
Somebody clip that.
puts Neil Traynor on his backside.
I would tell you who carried that, but I couldn't quite see in the mess of arms and legs.
There is some great collisions going on here today, Zeph.
Oh,
And the Blues.
And it stays in.
That one does bounce just by the skin of its teeth out of bounds, but
Great target
you
identification
could see there Nate Roberts, the 9, unsure of the decision he was going to make. It looked like he was going for a kick, and then he wanted to carry, and then he had to quickly make a kick. So that was definitely not the decision he meant to make. Another small little error here from the Blues.
Gore managed to recollect.
Quick
line
ball
out.
from Brock Gallagher back inside to Neil Traynor. Traynor able to carry. Gallagher finds Rutten on the outside, the 8-man for the Tide.
Always got to stay awake.
Gallagher gives to his 10. Graydon Boyd's going to carry himself and gets it back to Gallagher.
That was dirty.
Gallagher tries to find a gap in the defense, doesn't quite, so he gets brought down. Boyd plays 10. Deshaun Bowen plays 10 and gives to Theo Espanol.
Oh, the Blues take away.
Blues
Great
take it
turnover.
the other way now.
That is
Blues
what
with
they needed.
ball in hand. Trying to build some momentum now is Ontario.
Great.
Big run up from Gordon Hutchinson.
That turnover is a great momentum shifter after being caught a little bit asleep at the lineout.
Back over the top they go.
And
that
it
ball
bounces.
just bounces out of bounds. That was close to the sideline, though.
Surgical with that boot. Jack Gore keeps getting it about 1 foot, maybe 1 ball's length on the bounce. It is quite impressive. I tried that, it'd go sailing into the back of somebody's head.
That's why they don't let you kick.
They're too scared.
6-man line out from the Tide. Won easily by Mike Finnemore. Now Nieuwenhuizen pulls out the back to Boyd.
Nice
Boyd
long.
finds Tremblay on the wing. Tremblay is just going to rumble himself, not looking to get too many yards on that carry. Going back the other way now, Espanol. With support. Brought down just inside their 10-meter mark. Short side, Graydon Boyd looking to make something happen, but that ends up in the hands of the Blues. Nate Roberts gives a little chip through.
Ooh, he does not collect.
Oh, man.
That's just a coin flip at that
Brendan
point.
Black was looking for a fun little try there, but it ends up in the hands of Kyle Tremblay, and it is going to be a scrum for the Tide. That was a close one.
Purely unfortunate. Somebody must have spilled some salt across the Black Cat like at the same exact moment. That is just purely unlucky.
Theo Espanol out of the Pacific Pride, looking pretty strong at tight head prop so far today.
We didn't do an over-unders on amount of scrums today, did we?
I'm going to go 12 and a half.
12 and a half.
This is number 6.
I'll go 14.
14.5.
14.5.
Another good showing here from the Tide, keeping the ball
Marching
in.
it out of their own end. Props to them. Great work. And they draw the
they
penalty.
do get the penalty. Wow. This Crimson Tide pack is something else, just pushing the Blues around the park all day so far.
Let me tell you, though, I've played with Mike Finnemore, and he is electric in that tight 5 in terms of leadership.
Yes, he is.
That man would make you ride directly into the bowels of hell. He is phenomenal, great, charismatic individual.
I have legitimately, not joking, ran through brick walls for that guy.
That's why we're on the live stream crew. We're not.
That's why we're not playing out there today. Easy line out there for the Crimson Tide, but no.
No dice.
Cole Pedrick says that one is not straight.
A little bit. He's just reaffirming the not straight call. It's going to be a Blues line out next.
I will say this Tide team making less errors than the Blues. They've had a full season behind them. These Blues guys all looking to a full season ahead of them. But still, this Tide team making funny, simple little errors that you wouldn't normally see.
It is always a tough one, this representative rugby. People coming from all clubs. There's just sometimes a buffer that needs to be smoothed out,
Tau Nickel carries off the back of that maul. Now Steve Kummerfeld carries. Black looking to make something happen. Gets the inside ball to Young. Young drops it.
Offload.
Good tackle from
hand.
Brock Gallagher. Saves a try-scoring opportunity for the Blues. And again, just simple errors.
Just a quick little reminder for all of you watching at home. My name's Zephyr Melnick, my co-host Max Foote. We are taking over the BC Rugby page today. If you are not subscribed, please do. Generally, metrics on our YouTube Rugby page, it's about 30% of you watching are subscribed. The other 70%, well, hit that button down below.
Mike Finnemore won that line out cleanly for the Tide. Gallagher carried and give back to McLeod.
Ooh.
Quick dart there from the Tide. Almost gets through, but gets brought down just on the 22. Gallagher looking for a friend, and he bumps through the defensive line. Gets about 3 or 4 more meters on that carry. Great work from the scrum half. Now Owen Rutten.
Theo, loads of support there for Theo. Thank you, Sam Reimer. I appreciate it.
The Tide keeping it on the short.
Great carry there by Theo.
Great run there from the tight head prop, and there's a penalty to go along with it.
Great.
Thank you very much. Kyle Tremblay going quick with this ball. Just running himself. Bodies flying from everywhere. Tide able to hold on to it. Owen Rutten now.
Oh, oh.
That looked a little high, but play on, says the referee. Trainer to Nieuwenhuizen.
He does love a crash.
Nieuwenhuizen.
Oh, and he's back on his feet.
No
dice.
Man. Unlucky.
Dice.
That run looked really good for Mike Nieuwenhuizen, and he just dropped it in that second attempt to get back on his feet. Sometimes the best play is to just lay down.
We've got about 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes left in this half. If you haven't yet, you want to play this little game Max and I got going on, put your score estimations in the chat, over under. I've got blue by 3, blues by 3. Max has tied by 6. We also like to play how many scrums. I'm guessing 14.5. Over.
You're going to go over? I'll go under on
You'll
that.
go under?
Yeah, I'll go under.
Sounds like a plan.
This is number 6 today.
I'm pretty sure that last one was 6. And
No,
this
this one's 6.
Can we get a fact check on that? Somebody likes winning more than they like
Blues
the numbers.
with the put in and the Tide on the counter scrum again, showing their power. An arm to go with it. They do pick it up and get rumbling now inside the Blues 22. Graydon Boyd with the ball kicks through.
Great kick.
Nieuwenhuizen.
Oh, no dice. Just goes to show how electric that kind of turnover is in the scrum. The entire bleachers just erupted in applause. It's good to know the Tide has some local supporters. It's good to know that the Blues has some supporters from home. Doesn't really make sense to fly over just for one match. So those of you in Ontario, thank you for being here with us. It does go a long way. Even if the players don't know you're here, they'll feel it.
Graydon Boyd, easy little kick to set up his forward pack with a driving line out. I'm going to guess 7-8 meters out from their third try of the day. Tide still on top, 12-7, 32 minutes gone. Into the middle, that one gets disrupted, but McLeod is able to pick it up. Nieuwenhuizen's going to carry himself. Rumbles through about 3.
Holy cow.
Big clean out there from the Tide.
Oh,
man.
Massive dump
Gallagher
tackle.
almost just dies on the field. That was a lucky one.
Knock on wood. No, thank you.
Now the big man, Mason McDonald, carries in. Gallagher looking for Nieuwenhuizen, finds him, gets the offload to Jean-Louis Destois.
Great
He's
individual
1
effort.
or 2 meters out. Gallagher. Oh, Gallagher got grabbed. Cole Petrick's going to go to a card. It is a yellow card for the Ontario Blues.
Show him the cheese.
Playing the 9 in the ruck, and it's his opposite scrum half.
We've got Jake Slobo, give me tied by 5 and over 14.5 scrums all day. You see, that is the correct move right there, Jake. 14.5 scrums, easy over, easy over. Max is going to be regretting his decision soon here.
So Nate Roberts, the starting scrum half for the Ontario Blues, is heading off the field for a 10-minute yellow card after playing his opposite man.
That'll take them into the half.
That is a unfortunate error to make at this point in the day.
Any hockey fans? That's a power play, right?
Something like that.
I know sports.
Blues win the line out and get a penalty to go with it.
That's a huge relief, honestly. Losing a man, being 14 players, and getting a penalty on a lineout like that, it's got to be just a massive sigh of relief.
Especially with the pressure that the Tide are building up against this Blues team. I was a little anxious about them going into the game, but they have really showed they've come together. They look freaking good, man. I'm going to say it. They look good.
I would agree. I do think, and it is a little bit more biased here, the Tide have had a full season ahead of this. They've played against each other. They played together. They're just coming off of almost a 9-month season, where the Blues probably just coming out of an Ontario winter, which is a little hard to play rugby like that.
5-man line out, easily won by Goose. Midfield crash here for the Blues.
Chipped
Jack
over.
Gore chips through. He's got a bunch
And
of
it
runners
bounces
with him.
good.
Oh, just misses the mark.
That is tough. I think that bounce would have gone to hand if one of those 3 players had decided it was theirs. But it looked like 3 Blues players were contesting that. And that's just a little bit of, maybe the lack of chemistry is a good word
Lack
for it.
of chemistry.
When a team comes together this rapidly. If this was...
also coming off a winter like that, like
Exactly.
you're saying, because that Ontario season usually runs from May to August, while BC runs from August to May. So opposite schedules for these two sides. There was a lot of debate going into this game about who had the upper hand, the team that just had a season or the team that just had a winter off.
It's kind of experience versus, whose body's still taped together.
Yeah.
I will say by Saturday, I wouldn't be surprised if the Blues make that play happen and score off of it. Big scrum. What is this, scrum number 8?
4-2 split, number 7. 4-2 split in the backfield for the Tide. Another big push from the Crimson Tide with a penalty to go with it. Gallagher finally pulls the ball out, finds a bit of space, and just goes down just past the 40-meter mark.
Put his tap shoes on.
Quick
He's dancing.
pick up there from Finnemore. Braden Boyd back to the cross-field kick. Deshaun Bowen is chasing. And his opposite man, Josh Henry, is just going to dart it down in the try-zone for a goal line dropout.
Whew. I do not
Not a
envy
goal line dropout.
a winger like that.
We are going to go back to the scrum penalty in favor of the Crimson Tide. So that was a free play there for Braden Boyd. Might as well try to make some magic happen.
No advantage gained, so back to the penalty. I think that one might just be a bit more subjective. You could argue that getting a goal line dropout is an advantage. Scrum is called. Scrum number 8. Here we go. We're ticking up.
This is number 7.
I'm being gaslit up here in the scaffolding, guys. Somebody help me. Let me know. Is this scrum number 8 or is it scrum number 16? I think it's probably scrum number 22. Everybody in chat wins except Max. That's how this game works.
That's usually how things go in my life.
Oh.
Crimson Tide put in for the scrum.
A little bit of a pity party up here.
I don't want your pity. Big hit from both teams. Gallagher on the put in. Let's see if the Tide can do it again.
Strong.
Looks like that Emerson Pryor side is going. They do get the penalty. Rutten is going to give to Gallagher. Gallagher with 2 outside. Gallagher's got a gap, and he's just going to run it in.
Oh, dirty.
Yes, Brock Gallagher. Incredible to spot the little gap in the defense and just run right through for the Crimson Tide's 3rd try of the game. 17-7 here, the score at Wallace Field.
Holy cow, that wave was disrespectful. I, however, love a bit of banter. I'm a big fan of the tongue. Hit him with one of those as you're running past him. It's a little demoralizing.
Well, that was something special to watch. Brock Gallagher coming off a broken hand injury, did not play a lot of Premier Rugby last season in the BC Men's Premiership. Looks like he hasn't skipped a beat, though.
He's just got to make sure that his wrist is still working, right? Those bones are healed. Is that what it was?
Yes, exactly. And being a scrum half, you got to use that wrist a lot.
What was that? I just saw a comment got deleted. Please let us know if there is some issue on the stream, if you're missing stuff, if it's the post, if it's a player, if it's the scaffold. We are nestled in right next to the field lights, so it can be a little tough sometimes. We want to make sure that you get a clear, concise picture. Braden
Boyd slotted that kick. He's 2 for 3 on the day now. 19-7 the score line with 2 minutes to go to halftime. Crimson Tide on top by 12 points. This Blues team looking a little scattered all of a sudden. Jack Gore on the reset, goes deep to Braden Boyd. He's just going to punch this one out of bounds, but that kick just keeps it in. Jack Gore picks it back up. Now Black. Black looking for the pass, gets the offload to Gore. Gore's going to punch it downfield to Jean-Louis. And the kicking battle ensues. Nope. Jean-Louis just drops the ball.
Nope.
Forgot to hold on to it.
Up and over.
And now Hudson Young with a little kick through. Braden Boyd is able to pick it up, but there's a crossing penalty against the Tide.
Unintentional offside. Yikers. Yikers at Rikers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Blues looking maybe to kick for that lineout. They're probably eager to set them all and get a little bit more forward tempo after the last couple scrums here.
So that's a penalty you don't see too often, and it is going to set up a scoring chance here for the Blues going into halftime, down by 12. They're going to be looking to cut that deficit down by at least 7 here.
I reckon they'll come away with some points here.
Whether it's 5, 7, or 3?
Yeah. We have less than a minute on the our time. Maybe that's a little different than the officials' time, but the Blues should be intelligent enough to know not to leave this 22 without something.
Full man line out with the insert. They're going to be going for the maul, but they overthrow it. Owen Rutten picks it up for the Tide. Finds Kyle Tremblay. Tremblay finds a bit of a gap. Doesn't get the offload to Brendan Buck, who was away. Now Nieuwenhuizen over, but there is a penalty advantage in favor of Cole Piedrick. Owen Rutten is down on the floor. There was a bit of afters. And another yellow card for the Blues for a dump tackle this time. 2 yellow cards in 1 half against this Blues visiting team.
I'm not sure if it was for the dump. I think it might have been for something that followed the dump tackle. It looked like there was some emotions, some noses were touching.
That is Hudson Young from the Crusaders RFC heading off for 10 minutes to have a sit down and a breather.
Quickest way to diffuse a situation is a quick smooch on the cheeks. Never failed me. Over the top, into the crowds. You don't get to keep it, unfortunately. It's not one of those matches.
Line out right on the halfway mark here for the Crimson Tide. I would guess we are in extra time of this first half now.
We have to be. 5-man line out, 6-man line out with a 9 insert.
A bit of confusion, but they're still able to get somebody up, and Brock Gallagher making the right decision to just kick that one out and call it halftime here at Wallace Field in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia. The Crimson Tide on top, 19-7 over the visiting Ontario Blues. Blues with 2 yellow cards to start the second half. They're going to have some tough choice words from their head coach here.
That's going to be a tough one. I'm Zephyr Melnick, my co-host Max Foote. Once again, reminding you to subscribe here on the BC Rugby page so you can catch the second half. You can catch Wednesday and Saturday's match. We are from the West Shore Rugby Football Club, so go check us out, West Shore Rugby. We do this all season long, so go throw us a follow there. Thank you very much.
We will be right back after a short break for halftime. The halftime chats have concluded here at Wallace Field. Blues looking to get back into this one. Tide looking to just hold the course. What are the keys of this second half for the Crimson Tide to come away with a scalping here, Zephyr?
Well, I think Rugby JP said it best in chat. It really is just ball in hand. I mean, we've seen both scrums be dominant. We've seen some strength in that forward pack. If you can't hold on to that ball, that means you're going to have to do another scrum and another one and another one. But if you get to hold on to it in this kind of weather, you got to throw it around. You got to play with the ball in hand. You got to try out some cross-field kicks. You got to try some of that fancy stuff that we love seeing in highlights. And that is where you're going to run away with the game.
And this visiting Ontario Blues teams looking a little jet-lagged, look a little under pressure for the day. What do they got to do to get back into this one, Zeph?
For the Blues, I hope that halftime talk just talked a little bit about chemistry. Like we've mentioned before, the Blues are from a bit more over, which is great there. But the one standout for me was that up and over kick from Jack Gore, and 3 people went to go pick that ball to grab it out of the air. And
they obviously practiced that one.
And they just dropped it. So just having one person make the decision on who's grabbing that ball is going to help them. Oh, good pickup.
That was
out the back.
Graydon Boyd finds Brendan Beck, Deshaun Bowen.
And he stays in. Huge.
In.
You guys are going to see that on the West Shore page, I'm telling you.
Now Justin Tassi coming onto the field for the Tide with the carry. Grayson Perry, the reserve scrum half for the men in red on the field now, as well as Reese James in the 15 jersey. Boyd again, a big kick there from the captain, finds the backfield. Brendan Black able to pick it up. The Blues are still down 2 players with yellow cards to start this second half, Zephyr, so Brendan Black has to cover that entire backfield by himself.
That is a tough one. Would not wish that on my worst enemies.
Now Dylan Goose carries. Just gets a couple meters on that one.
Bobbled ball, goes backwards.
That was lucky for Steve Comerford. Looks like he's playing 9 with with Nate Roberts still serving his sentence. Comerford tries to pick and go down the short side, and now it is a knock-on advantage for the Crimson Tide. They pick up the ball. We are going to call it there and go to the scrum.
If you can't play nice, you get sent to the cheese bin.
This is exactly what the Crimson Tide want right now.
Time is off. We heard that double whistle there.
Nate Roberts is back on the field, served his time. 10 minutes now.
He is reformed. Ready to re-enter society.
Ontario Blues back to 14 men. They still have 1 man, Hudson Young, serving his sentence on the sideline. But having the scrum half back will help. You could see in that attacking phase from the Blues that they could not really make anything happen being down 2 men. Nonetheless, this is exactly where the Tide want to be, up a man in the backfield and nothing but space for Graydon Boyd and his men in the backs.
Nothing but open road, ready to hit the highway. Is this scrum number 14.5 yet?
I'm going to say this is number 9.
You can tell me whatever you want.
Perry finds Boyd off the scrum to Tremblay. Tremblay carries himself, gets brought down by 2 Blues. Boyd picks it up quickly.
Oh.
Unlucky there.
Tough on the offload.
From Jaden Howell. Tried to get the offload, but it just ended up going forward, so now the scrum goes the other way.
Would have been absolutely electric to see that go to hand. I think Tide is starting to open up. Whatever they talk at halftime was, they are now playing a bit more free-spirited, if you would. Scrum number 14.5.
This is number 10.
There was a massive substitution at half. I think both teams, they're packing all 28 players on the game day roster. So it's kind of a bit of a hockey shift scenario where one team does the first half, one team does the second half. Some core players might stay in.
The Blues coaches want to try and get as many of these guys on the field together to get some glue going between these guys heading into the BC Bears 2-game series. Blues with ball in hand on the halfway mark. Connor Williams carries out of the Ottawa Irish. Going same way as the Blues here. Quick little ruck there. Ooh. Nate Roberts tries to dance through and gets brought down by 2 Tide players. Pick and goes in the middle of the field. Interesting strategy here. Do you think they're just trying to wear out the defense?
They could also be looking to just buy some time to set up something like that kick, for example, or get that yellow card back in and start playing a bit more confidently.
That makes sense. So that ball ends up out of bounds on the far side, but it stays in favor of the Blues. There is a scrum or line-out option here for Ontario.
The number 9 from a Blues with that yellow card was fighting that 13 earlier, as you mentioned, Brampton. Whether or not it was a fight, I'm not quite sure. I'll leave that up to Cole Pedrick.
Ontario Pack discussing their options for this lineout. Looks like they are going to stick to the 5-man here all day. They do have an insert. That is Dan Martin.
I do think some of the players on Tide have swapped their numbers. Tide has historic for the old jersey swap, the old halftime Nicky show.
Oh, big run from Gordon Hutchinson from Guelph. He gets to the 40-meter mark. And a penalty for the Tide. Great work from the men in red, and Graydon Boyd's going to go fast. He sees a gap in the defense.
He's going.
Almost gets brought down by the Blues. Finally, just on the 22, he throws a wild ball backwards, and it ends up in the hands of Ontario.
And nobody could believe that I was just running.
Graydon Boyd seemed to be the only one on the field who saw that opportunity.
Great identification.
And incredible work from him, because now look at the field position here for the Tide. They end up with a line out just outside the Blues 22.
Do love that form. Wonderful work. Having the intelligence, the rugby IQ to recognize when and where to go fast is important. If you go fast all the time, well, you're going to burn out of your nitrous and go flat.
5-man line out with an insert for the Tide.
Top of the box.
No maul this time, and Grayson Perry just put one eye off the ball, drops it off the line out.
That is tough.
Those are the kind of mistakes the BC Bears selectors are going to be looking at going into the 2-game series this coming week, Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday over at Capilano Rugby Clubhouse, and Saturday here on the island up at Shawnigan Lake. Tickets still on sale for those 2 games. Make sure you head to bcrugby.com to purchase them today.
They will be hosted on this page. BC Rugby Wednesday's commentary duo will be Chris Asmuth and Jake Teal taking over on the commentary. Little bit of a blood sub maybe. Get a Band-Aid on him, get him back on out. Substitution through and through. Here we go.
That looks like Caleb Hickey from the Peterborough Pagans heading on to
Say that
the
10
field.
times fast. Peterborough picked a peck of pickled peppers. Holy.
So
scrum number 14 and a half.
Back to business here at Wallace Field with a Blues put-in?
I believe
question mark? Yes, it is. It's definitely a Blues put-in.
Play the Blues.
Let's see how these substitutions can help this Tide pack keep that momentum going at scrum time. And just a quick little early push from the Tide. They had the Blues beat, but they just had to wait one more second for that ball to come in. So a half arm here for Ontario. They go quick with Alan Barros carrying for the Blues in the midfield. Now the other way, Dan Martin.
Oh, he's still going.
Dan Martin's still going. Finally gets brought down. And a quick ball.
Got a player down, unfortunately, for the Tide, and a
Tide
transfer over.
ends up with the ball. Alex Jordan now with it, tries to go for a run himself, the big man, playing number 8 here today.
I do love a fake offload. It goes well.
Perry gives to Espanol. Espanol tries to give to Reese James, but it just goes a little low.
Play will be stopped there for the injury.
Looks like Merlin McLeod is down with a apparent
That's a wizard name if I ever heard one.
Injury.
And let me tell you, I'm from Gabriola. I've heard a wizard name or two.
He looks unhappy with that. He's going to head to the sideline to get checked out. We wish him all the best.
Quick recovery.
And there's an entire plethora of Blues players heading onto the field. My God.
The passing
Talk
of the
about
torch.
bomb squad. I can't say I've ever seen 15 guys run on for subs at one time in a rugby game before. Well, that was something.
Yeah, you only see it here.
Wow. Aaron Bardonovich out of Port Alberni, the Black Sheep on the field now for the Tide. Some North Island representation here today.
Love to see that. I'm from Nanaimo originally. Unfortunately, no Hornets on this roster today. Big scrum, collapsing down.
So
Doesn't look like
this whole new pack for the Blues.
They had an
Get
impact.
some results right away.
Big impact there. Great work. Can't see any of their numbers. Here we go. Everybody at home who's watching in that live chat, if you can catch the ball, you can keep it. No dice. Nobody's going over
That
it.
one is not out. Reese James is going to collect it and go for a run himself. He sees a bit of a gap, runs into his own man, Grayson Perry. Gets brought down on the 40-meter mark. Graydon Boyd finds Alex Jordan on the short side. Deshaun Bowen is there to help him out. Now back the other way. Justin Tassie carries. Perry to Boyd to Beck. Beck gets brought down on the 40-meter mark. Boyd just goes himself, gives the offload to Espanol, who drops it. That is unlucky.
Unlucky use.
Looks like Graydon Boyd is down on the field. That is not what these Tide players want to see right now. He is instrumental to this attack here today.
He's
And
got some
having him go
experience.
down is not good.
He's got some good leadership. He was my captain when I went through the Tide. I mean, he's been my captain multiple times through the Tide.
Oh, captain, my captain.
Captain Boyd.
So a bit of stoppage in play here as
indeed.
at Wallace Field.
We're quick on the dot. TMO, Zephyr Melnick. Just kidding.
51 minutes or so gone here in this opening leg of the Ontario Blues tour of British Columbia. Tied on top 19-7, and the captain, Graydon Boyd, is heading off the field. So Tom Burton from the James Bay Athletic Association will step on. Bit of a shuffle in the backfield. But we head back to play with a Blues scrum inside Tide territory. They are down by 12, trying to get back in this game. That one just gets blown up by Cole Pedrick.
That counts as 2 scrums, right?
That's the half we were talking about.
Half the scrum, 8 players. Once again, I'm Zephyr Melnick, my co-host Max Foote, my lovely partner Caton on the camera. We are bringing you the Crimson Tide versus Ontario Blues live at Wallace Field in Victoria for your enjoyment. We are originally from the West Shore Rugby Club. We also do this through the season every Saturday. If you'd like to join us over there, go give us a follow.
Half arm on the scrum for the Blues.
Ooh.
Another half arm, not 10 meters is the call. Aaron Bardonovich makes an untimely mistake.
A little bit of mud in the tires.
That was a good tackle, though, from the Black Sheep.
That was. It's good to know that they're keeping Alberni tradition alive. Every time I played Alberni, let me tell you, it is a slugfest. They do know how to tackle.
Big, quick tap and go from the Blues. There's a hand in there from the Tide. Play on, says Cole Pedrick. Bit of back and forth going on in the backfield.
Reaching for the cheese. Time is off. Let me hit that switch because I am on the ball.
Asfi Saeed is going to go to the sin bin for 10 minutes. A little back and forth after the ball left that ruck.
We eagerly await his reintroduction.
Well, that is an untimely mistake for the Tide. Up by 12, you can't be making discipline errors such as that one.
I don't even know if that was a mistake. I think that was just an emotional play, which you cannot have.
So now the Blues with an attacking chance on the Tide 5-meter mark.
We've got fans here at Wallace Field all over in the stands in front of us and the stands behind us, sitting down on the rope barrier there, front row seats to that line out.
5-man with the insert again from the Blues, looking to set up the maul, and they get it down cleanly, and it is immediately going forward. Looks like these Tide guys don't quite have a match for these subs that came in.
Can they get that ball back, though? The Blues did have a good march, but if they can't get that ball to the back of the maul,
and
never mind.
They do get it to the back of the maul, and they will score off the line out, and the mistake from the Tide, bringing the score to 19-12. Still down by 7 is the Blues, but they are quickly marching back into this game.
2 points potentially to follow. I think Gore has been kicking. Nope, that is a change on the kicker.
Excuse me, not Joshua Teal. Matt Fish out of Waterloo County now on the boot.
First kick we've seen from him from the tee. Can he lead 100% kicking today? All about them numbers. Percents don't lie.
So the Blues seem to be coming back together after their full line change, and the Tide seem to be slipping a little bit with a yellow card and a little bit of discipline issues, resulting in those 5 points against.
I think that energy. Ooh.
That one is going to make it through. 19-14, the score line here at Wallace Field.
That energy we were talking about earlier, just the ability to survive the heat and you know, stay on top, stay kicking is important. And I think the Blues having that full bench change has really benefited them in this current scenario. Obviously, they got Wednesday and Saturday to look forward to, so they have to reserve some of the bodies, where Tide still has members on the bench that have not made it in yet.
So Reese James out of West Shore Rugby Football Club on the reset now, with Graydon Boyden heading off with an apparent injury. That is Town Nickel from Crusaders who picked up that one. Blues playing quick now. They're going to play out of their own end.
Yeah, they've got the pace to do so, too.
And they've got a lane on the outside. Jaden Howell is chasing that one down. He does pick it up and gets brought down by 3 or 4 Blues players inside Tide 22 territory. And the counter ruck from the Blues is successful. They end up with the ball in hand.
Joe Whipple says Matt Fish is a howler. Well, you let Ontario Blues social media know, because they're listed for Waterloo County.
Our apologies to the Howlers community.
We do want to respect it.
Midfield here for the Ontario Blues, trying to punch another try to tie this game up. They are 6-7 meters out now.
Nice.
Grant Meadows from the Aurora Barbarians carries. Back inside the other way.
Stockwood with the carry, but chopped at the knees. Blues tightening it up now, going back to that forward play, that forward structure we saw earlier in that first half.
They are just going quick one-up runners, big boys around the corner.
Will Kelly kicking from Brantford in the number 24 jersey.
And there's a penalty for the Blues. Not releasing is the call against the Tide. They are really not looking good all of a sudden, Zephyr. That first half, the Crimson Tide really had it all figured out, and now things seem to be quickly falling apart.
That is a tough one. Well, Will Kelly is at 100% kicking from tee. He is sitting in the 24 jersey. On our list, we have Matt Fish in the 24 jersey. Just goes to show that having a 28-man game day roster can cause problems when most programs only have numbers up to 23.
We do apologize to all the players if we are misnaming you. We can only read what we got in front of us here.
And let me tell you, the guy who must have made this spreadsheet, gorgeous, gorgeous typing capabilities. Holy. It is interesting to see, though, like the Ontario Blues, they do have some numbers. I'm seeing a 29, which we only have 28 on our list, so that's interesting. We got a 30. Would be cool to have that ahead of time, but What's done is done. Is this scrum 14 and a half yet, Max?
I believe it may be number 13.
We've still got about 20-ish minutes, 59 minutes past on the scoreboard over there. We are sitting behind at 56. A little bit of delay in game. Cole Pedrick has had some stoppage just with the cards and some injury. Unfortunately, I have not heard a whistle to restart the time, so it might be a little bit disconnected. We do apologize on that.
So the starting hooker for the Crimson Tide, Neil Traynor, has headed to the sideline. He's done his shift for the day, and Antonio Corbin from Castaway comes back on, and this blue scrum has figured everything out. That ball goes a little wild.
The Blues had a great scrum there, and unfortunately just too much zip on that pass makes it go behind the player.
Now a Blues big run up there.
Love to see that early bind.
Quick ball now. They find a bit of a gap, try to get the offload, and it's going to be a penalty against the Tide. More and more mistakes here for the Crimson Tide today.
Thank you, BC Rugby. We do appreciate the shout out. We have been doing this all season for our home club, which is West Shore. Would like to remind you again to go check that out. Subscribe. We've got short form content, some highlights, match day live streams. We have some VODs, which are really just the video on demand of the matches. What I like to do is I like to cut all that boring stoppage, and hopefully it's a tight 80 minutes, maybe even less than 80 minutes, and it's just pure action to the best of our amateur volunteer capabilities. Ontario Blues line out about 5 meters out from the Tide try line. David Scullion throwing in. Big maul set there. Strong. Do they get the ball back before they lose their feet? Ball has been produced.
Blues with ball in hand, 5 meters out from the Tide try line to tie this game up.
Just short, going. And
they are going to get in for it.
Brilliant work from number 17 there, who on our list is David Scolin, which does not make sense considering he just threw the line out in and is playing hooker. So congratulations to whoever just scored that. We'd love to see it.
19-19, the Blues have tied it up here in the second half at Wallace Field. UVIC with kick to come from right under the post. The Blues have really sorted everything out.
That was Liam Bowman scoring that try, wearing number 17. Coach feeding that in. Do appreciate the live feedback. That is great ears and ability to adapt. Takes a village.
So the Blues likely to end up on top by 2 points here. The Crimson Tide really need to make some adjustments if they want to get back in this game. They were looking deadly in the first half. They were up 19-7 at one point.
It's been a hot minute since Tide has even entered the Blues half. I mean, they kicked down into the Blues half, but the Blues just ran straight out.
Another change for the Crimson Tide. Simroy John on the field now. Still in high school at Shawnigan Lake. He is an absolute force, and you will be hearing his name a lot in the coming years.
He might have just graduated. We've got him on our list for Pacific Pride.
My apologies. Reese James on the reset. This kick goes deep. Blues almost dropped that one, able to keep it together.
Big
and
wide
he sees
gap.
a big hole in the defense. Gets the 2-on-1 pass good.
Great identity to draw and pass there.
He is just dancing through this Crimson Tide defense. Gets down into the 22. Gets stopped. Now a quick ball from the man in the number 20 jersey. Back to the short side is the Blues.
The legend lives. I never left, let me tell you, Cody.
Marching one
never left.
by one. And they get it. Blues score back-to-back unanswered tries here at Wallace Field. They are now on top 26-19.
Lloyd John says, I know nothing about the sport, but bro Simroy. We watch him from Barbados. Yes, you are. We do love the support, even if you aren't a rugby person. We love that kind of support. It goes a long way. Just another quick reminder to subscribe. We are on the BC Rugby page. Haven't had a chance to look at the analytics for BC here, but just based off our own page, only about 30% of our regular viewers are subscribed. So if you don't know rugby, if you do know rugby, you want to see more, whatever it may be, if you need rugby in your life, hit that button down below. It goes a long way in letting us know that these kind of games are watched and appreciated.
This game really opening up now for the visiting Ontario Blues. They've scored 3 in a row unanswered since bringing on that bomb squad of theirs. And they do not seem to be slowing down at all. Kick to come here on this go-ahead try is good. So 28-19 the score
should
here.
Be 26. They were at 19 before, and they just scored. My apologies. I'm listening to Max here.
65 minutes gone in this game. 15 to go. A miracle needs to happen here for this Crimson Tide team to get a scalp on the day. That kick from Reese James goes deep and ends up in the hands of the Blues backfield. And they are just going to cleanly exit that one to set up a line out in favor of the Crimson Tide.
Ball sails clear over the scaffold. Another near miss. We've got Grayson Perry, the 9, set up in the front here.
5-man line out.
Oh,
and
miss.
That line out goes wrong.
He's still going.
Bogdanovic goes for a good little rumble. Big collision in the midfield there. There's a boot on the field. I don't know who that belongs to.
Cinderella. At least somebody laughed.
Penalty against the Tide. Another error here.
That is tough. It's got to be demoralizing being on this Tide side now. The Blues, I don't know what happened at halftime. Maybe it was that full roster switch in. But morale is high. The chemistry's good. They're finding their tempo. They're finding their moments. And they are pressing that pedal to the metal full steam ahead.
The Crimson Tide back at full strength with Asfi Saeed back on the field after serving his sentence. So that will bolster the Tide's ranks as they try to get back into this game.
15 on 15 now. The Blues have proven that when they have the opportunity, when they're up a man, they are eager to score. I think that might be where Tide was missing coming into the second half. They had 2 yellows, a couple minutes there, playing 15 on 13, and they were unable to score a point.
Blues taking their time to set up this line out. They've got a man tying his shoe, giving his guys a breather.
Only time you're allowed to stop, that play must stop. Had a coach tell me one time, things are going sideways, tie your shoe.
5-man plus the insert back to the well here for the Blues. They go to the middle, set up the maul.
The Blues have been dominant in this maul in the second half. Quick on the setup, quick on the throw-in, and they are producing that ball.
And it just does not slow down either. Tide unable to come up with an answer for this driving maul from the Blues. A lot of weight in that pack from Ontario. Finally gets brought down, and the arm goes up for the Blues. Penalty advantage.
And penalty happens. Are they going to play quick here, keep that tempo maybe, or are they looking to kick in to get that line out a bit closer to that try line? Their maul has been successful, so I'm leaning towards the line out option here.
And Cole Pedrick marches the Tide 10.
That's what you get for yapping. Can't sew your lips shut.
Discipline slipping here for Vancouver Island. This is not what you want to see at your 150th anniversary celebration.
That is tough. 150 years, that's like 150 seasons.
Ontario sets up the line out at the 5-meter mark.
That's called referential humor for those of you who joined us at the beginning of the live stream.
For those of you joining us at home, please tune out anything Zephyr says on this commentary here today.
Simroy doing a pretty good job. 305 from Stockwood helping out that maul. Yes, size does help. Never
Stockwood
let him tell you that size doesn't matter. Grayson Perry at the Crusaders Rugby. Is Grayson Perry a Crusaders boy?
He is from Ontario originally. He's been out in BC playing for West Shore the past couple half seasons, but he does spend a lot of time over out east. And Ontario will put another one on the board. That maul seems to be unstoppable.
Tough. There is still time, and the score is not insurmountable. I have seen crazier performances.
33-19, approaching the final 10 minutes of this match here at Wallace Field at the University of Victoria. Special shout out to our hosts here today making this all happen. We do appreciate the support from the local rugby community here on Vancouver Island as the Tide celebrate 150 years.
Grayson is also a howler. Howler, as in Howlers Rugby. That's the traveling squad, right?
I believe is the traveling squad and a club out in Ontario. I could be incorrect on that, though. If
little
somebody
geography
wants to
quiz.
let me know in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Little geography quiz. Crusaders RFC, whereabouts it's located. Winner will get my approval and respect.
Nobody's going to answer the question.
That's okay.
Kick is up, and that one is also good, pushing the score to 35-19 in favor of the Ontario traveling side.
Color commentary just means talk for 80 minutes, right? That's how it goes?
Means talk over the guy doing the play-by-play.
Sorry.
So
what's going on, Max?
You're
Please
very good at your job.
Wait. Sorry, what's happening? Oakville, Ontario. The OO. Love to see it. Crusaders RFC, big representation today on this game sheet.
Big kick from Reese James finds grass this time, and they are going to punch that one out of bounds again. And this one is coming. Doesn't go out. Tom Burton on the pickup. Finds space, gets through one, almost gets through another.
He's dancing.
Big help from his James Bay teammate Alex Jordan to secure that ruck. Now Tide carrying in the midfield. Great clean out there from the Crimson Tide.
Big crash there. Love to see it. Hands in, off their feet.
Off feet, and that penalty is going to go the way of the Crimson Tide.
Howlers. Carl Fix's traveling squad.
It
Last
is the
tour
Howlers.
to Colombia. I do remember that. I think I went on a tour with them once. Went down to Nicaragua. Right before COVID.
Right after COVID.
No, I think it was right before.
Was it the same one I was on?
No.
Oh, that kick from the Crimson Tide penalty does not find touch.
Off the post. 3 extra points.
And the Blues will put a bit of space.
Mr. Young 360, you have my respect and admiration. Thank you for telling me where the Crusaders Rugby is at.
The veteran Castaway Wanderers, Mike Finnemore, heads off. He had a great shift out there today. His IQ is undeniable in its advantage for teams he plays with. Mason McDonald is back on.
Oh.
That ball goes over the top. Alex Jordan cleans it up from James Bay. Now Bardanovic, the Port Alberni man, carries himself. Big clean out there from Asfi Saeed. Alex Jordan again with ball in hand. Crimson Tide look awake all of a sudden.
Something clicked. Oh!
And something unclicks with that ball going off the shoulder of, looked like Simroy John. Blues now with ball in hand. They kick to find some space. Grayson Perry and Jaden Howell on the pickup.
Good
Great
take.
work from Howell.
He's still going.
Dancing
He's still going.
around. Finally gets brought down by a couple Blues.
Those are always hard tackles to make. Elbows flying everywhere.
That ball out the back with the pull. Doesn't quite find its mark. Kyle Tremblay dancing around trying to make some magic happen. Perry switches directions now. Short little hit up here for the Tide in the midfield. Staying same way. Perry. Simroy John picks up a low ball and gets crunched backwards by the Blues defense.
Accuracy is proving to be the difference maker. Just those small individual errors comes together wholesale. Team decides the winner.
And nothing happening, so the Tide will go to the air. Find a bit of space in the midfield. An awkward bounce against the Blues. That one rolls back.
Oh!
And a penalty for offside against the Crimson Tide.
Tide may have done too many wholesale changes to match Ontario. That is a tough one, considering Ontario changed their entire team at the same time. It is tough, however, making those substitutions when you're behind. You got to find the right opportunity to make sure that chemistry and momentum is still going in.
So Cole Pedrick marches the Tide back to the spot of the kick, it looks like.
Next geography quiz, not for Omar. Somebody else can get my respect and admiration. Balmy Beach. Let me know where Balmy Beach is.
It's in Balmy on a
Is
beach.
it down by the water?
That one just stays inside the corner mark. Almost went out in the try zone, but that will set up an incredible line-out positioning for the Blues.
That is an impressive kick, I have to say.
Credit where credit is due.
The real winner was Rugby. Toronto. You guys both get my respect. Andrew and
Another
Alexi.
maul here for the Ontario Blues. They've scored 2 off this already. James Stockwood leading the charge.
The maul's spilling out the side. Tide is unable to control it.
Tide does control this one, gets it brought down just outside their try line.
Great work.
Now stepping in is the Blues. Great hit there from Aaron Bardonovich out of Port Alberni. Ball stays in Blues' hands, going wide now. Steps back inside, gets through a couple tackles. Tom Burton gets back on his feet and takes him down. That ball spills out. Jaden Howell tried to jump on top of it, but Dan Martin is able to pick it up.
A VO is definitely a little more impersonal. Thanks for letting us know. We do appreciate the support.
On the sideline is the Blues. Gets brought out of bounds by the Tide defense.
Looked like it was a tight little dive there. That was impressive.
That is
show of athleticism.
Great work from the Crimson Tide to save another try.
Downtown Toronto. I'm assuming that's like a suburb then, Balmy Beach.
So it's a 22-meter dropout from the Tide. That one goes pretty short. Reece James is there to collect and gets the tackle. Now Hudson Young is with ball in hand. That ball spills out, gets picked up by Martin. Martin brought down by Alex Jordan.
The Blues bench is electric. You can hear them shout. You might even be able to hear them over us.
Midfield with the ball is the Ontario Blues. Finds the sideline. Jaden Howell is there to make the tackle. Able to put him down. Grayson Perry's right on top of the ball. Doesn't get the advantage from the referee. Short, quick little one from the forward pack. And now they do get it.
Great turnover. Tide is in need of that momentum change. They have been under pressure for far too long to stay in this game.
Grayson Perry goes quick and just runs himself. That is the momentum shift they needed. Now trying to jockey. He gets through one, gets brought down just past the halfway mark.
Uncle Bobby from Balmy Beach, UTB, up the beach.
Good run from the Blues. Gets through the defensive line. Gets about 10 meters on the carry. Now Stockwood. Stockwood gets through.
He's going. He's going. He's going.
Only got one to beat. And he's just going to put it down under the post for another Ontario Blues try. 77 minutes gone. 40-19. The score in favor of the guest team.
That was a career decision instead of getting in front of those ankles, you know? Making those tackles on the run back is tough. Let me tell you, Stockwood is a big boy. Played with him, trained with him. It is not fun having to be the meat block to get in front of him.
Yeah. You're just a
to the east
pylon to be run over.
Yeah. What are those? They have them in construction sites, like the soft pylons that go as you run through them.
That's you getting run over by James Stockwood.
100%. Your ankles still stay in the ground and you go whoop, whoop, like a wavy, inflatable, wacky arm tube man.
So this kick to set up the 2 extra points right in front, and all hope seems to be lost here for the Crimson Tide.
As much as I want to support the Tide, as much as I want to support rugby, especially on Vancouver Island, my home, it is tough with less than 3 minutes-ish to go and 21 points to make up. That is a 3-try game. Realistically, just not feasible. Here's hoping the Tide can bring it back at another try. I mean, crazier things have happened. Big restart here, nice and high, contestable.
Reece James usually taking that kickoff, was in there trying to contest for it, trying to swing some momentum the other way, but ended up in the hands of the Blue. Now midfield, quick around the corner here from Ontario. They are playing electric here today, and there's another gap in the defense of the Crimson Tide. One to beat, he's got a man with him, getting chased down by Grayson Perry. Perry is not going to have enough, and he's going to dot it down in the corner.
The complete opposite of what the Tide needed in terms of rapid play. The absolute complete opposite.
That is Stephen Webb there on the run through, dotting down that try that will probably close out this game in favor of the Blues.
Do want to highlight just some skill there. The Blues' ability as a team to come back from a deficit, a pretty big deficit at that, as well as a standout for me in the second half, Aaron Bardonovich from Alberni. Absolutely low in those tackles. I fear for my knees playing against a player like that. Ouch, don't want that. Anybody for you, Max, who's standing out? Blues
In this
or Tide?
second half, James Stockwood is at a really good game. He is a hard man to put on the floor for Ontario. And I think for me in this second half, Reece James has really made an effort to try and get his team back into it. But try as he might, it just seemed everything was going Ontario's way today.
Nice long kick.
And another one will push it through to 47-19. Now the score with about 30 seconds on the clock here at Wallace Field.
Bardowski. What? You're going to have to speak to me like I'm 5 there, Omar. Good Rugby Ontario from Rugby JP. Absolutely. They've been phenomenal. Coming across on the travel and being able to put together a squad like this.
Especially in that first half, they looked a little bit asleep, a little bit disjointed, not really making the right decisions, and definitely looked like the travel and the no season was a letdown for them. But this second half, they've really turned everything around.
I will give them props as a whole, as a team, like being able to switch 15 players at once and then come back from that. Wonderful work.
Justin Tassie gets brought down. Quick inside ball now to Alex Jordan, and he gets double tackled backwards.
Out the back.
Pull here. Kyle Tremblay with it. Finds Simroy John pushing his opponent off. Gives to Jaden Howell. Jaden Howell runs through, and he gets a really good run there and gets inside the 40-meter mark of the Blues territory. Out the back again. McDonald with a big run up, and he puts one down. Looked like he was going for the pass, but the defensive line was right there. Alex Jordan with the cleanup, too. Reece James here gets driven backwards.
A lot of skill coming out of that Crusaders rugby, like Omar in the chat just mentioned. 30% of the Ontario selection from one club, lots of chemistry.
And the Blues steal that one, and they steal this game here at Wallace Field. Ontario Blues come away with the win against the Crimson Tide, 47-19, the score line here.
That's like divisible by 3, right? By 3, that's what I said. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. If you're here in person, great. You're probably not listening to us. If you are watching from home, this live stream has been hosted by Zephyr Melnick and Max Foote. We have been taking over the BC Rugby page today. We are originally from West Shore. Go throw us a follow there, and we'll see you on Wednesday.